Here's Brody Brazil.
If there was ever a competition for the most unique environment surrounding a college football game, I'm pretty sure this year it would go to Northwestern. And I know what you're thinking. Wait, that's just plain old Ryan Field, home of the Wildcats for a very long time. That's true, but that's not where they're playing this season, because since this photo was taken whenever it was, all of that has been demolished. That's right, Ryan Field, that stadium, that venue, it flat out doesn't exist anymore. It was located on the campus of Northwestern. It opened all the way back in October of 1926. It was last renovated in 1996. It seated just shy of 50,000 at 47,130. They closed it down after Northwestern's final game of last season back in November of 23. And a couple months later, like January of this year, it was entirely demolished. And if you don't believe me, wow, there's proof. And isn't it always interesting when a stadium gets torn down? Kind of the cross-section here of just, it just looks so fragile. It looks so thin. I mean, I guess we all think of a stadium kind of being V-shaped, but it doesn't seem like there's much to it here. And these archways underneath the stands and the steel girders holding everything up. And look how high that press box and how lonely that press box feels right now when there's literally nothing else surrounding it anymore. But I digress. The stadium has since been demolished, and for good reason. They've got great plans. They want to build a new Ryan Field. They are going to build a new Ryan Field on the campus of Northwestern University, and it looks beautiful. I don't know if there's just something about purple in this rendering or whatever it is, but I like the way they've done this here with some luxury suites up top. Looks like they've got like a premium area, I'm sure, for alumni at the 50-yard line. I like what they've done here with the end zone. I'm sure that's kind of a student section over there. I don't know what this is, beer garden, another premium space, whatever it is. And all the stands are covered by that roof that's not really a dome, but it covers the stand. So I like the idea, but where will they play until then? Wait a second. It says temporary stadium up there, but there's no stadium here. And wait, isn't that Lake Michigan? Isn't that Northwestern's practice field? Like, they couldn't play all their games there for the next 2 years, could they? Or will they? No, that's exactly what Northwestern is about to do. They're about to do this. As in, build some stands on the south side and the north side. That's where the majority of the fans are going to sit. And then really thin sections, because they can't fit much on the east and west sides of the field. Again, that's Lake Michigan right here. And this is the old football practice field. This was a soccer field right here. They're converting it into a brand new football field. But there you go. And I imagine, and I don't see it here, there were lights for the soccer field that was here. It looks like they're taking those down. I don't know if they're not going to play any night games for 2 years, if these are all day home games, because I don't even know if you could put up a lighting structure that would be good for TV. Oh yeah, TV, how about that? Like, don't you need a giant structure here for the cameras of the 50-yard line and all the different angles that you can't get from the corners? I mean, none of this exists for television, but maybe they don't care about that. Anyway, big stands on the south side, on the north side. Those look as plain and basic as could be. It does look like there are some type of premium seats up there at the top, and I don't know what these are. Those look like modular containers, but maybe there's some type of suites. I really don't know what they're doing here, but this is what Northwestern is going to do for 2 seasons. This is how it looks now. Again, there's this football field, there's that soccer pitch. They're literally going to do it in orange here. They're literally going to put a new field like right in the middle of that and build on the south side, build on the north side, put some stands there and call it a day for 2 years. I mean, good for them. They're keeping it on campus. They had some options to play at different venues in the Chicagoland area, but they're all 20 to 30 miles away. It wouldn't feel right for 2 years and a handful of games each year to go play them way off campus. And they still are playing 2 games at Wrigley Field even this upcoming season. So that kind of takes a little bit of the weight off of what they have to do here. But what a haul this is. Another satellite image and view to kind of give you here, just to show you, yeah, football field in the middle, stands here. What is this going to be like? Almost like watching high school football. And And how many football stadiums have you ever been to where the majority of the seats are on the end zones, right? I guess I should have done that in a color that stands out better. Like, how common is that? It's not. Super rare. No stadium ever has that. Usually, the stands are on the sidelines. That's just always the way it's been. But for this, and to fit it in and to have it literally, look at the rocky shoreline there of Lake Michigan. Chicago is down that way, by the way. Pretty crazy, right? That they're going to attempt this, that they're going to pull it off. Here's what the seating diagram looks like. They got the north side, they got the south side. They got some seats on the east and west, but man, it is going to be slim. And if you don't believe me that this is happening, no, I mean, like, here's photos of construction. Here it is going up. And so I do see those lighting structures here. So I'm wondering if they are going to keep those. But I'm also wondering if that was for a practice soccer field, the lighting, how should I say this? The lighting quality is going to have to be much higher if you want to play a college football game at night versus, a soccer practice in the evening hours. But that's what's going on at Northwestern. They are putting it up as we speak. To be honest, I thought the bleachers on that side, the north side looks like, I thought they were going to go up much higher than what the renderings depicted versus what's actually gone up here. But does it seat like 15,000? I think so. Something in that range. So, I mean, to go from 47 down to 15, ultimately I think they want to build their stadium out to be 30 plus. So they'll double this, but this is going to be an interesting 15,000. Yeah, there it is. And so it's going to be called Northwestern Medicine Field at Martin Stadium. Their first game, by the way, as I record this, less than 2 weeks away. That'll take place on the 31st of August. 15,000 capacity. I almost said 15,000 seat capacity. Most of it looks like bleacher seating, which is also going to be super uncomfortable when it gets cold and there's no backrest and wow. It's going to feature suites and a beer garden and a tailgating section. They're doing the best they can, literally, but they're building a stadium on top of a practice field. They'll play 5 home games here this season. Obviously, next season's schedule is not set yet. But did I see that they were going to try and play USC next year? At that field, at that Northwestern Medicine Field at Martin Stadium? That's crazy. 5 home games this year. We don't have next year planned out yet. The 2 biggest games, 2 of them at least, are going to be played at Wrigley Field. So again, a more traditional, even though that's super unconventional, more of a real, actual, full-purpose stadium. They'll get to play 2 games there. So 7 total home games. This will be used for this year as well as 2025. Again, I had never seen anything like that before. I can't wait to see the visuals of this. You know what? I give Northwestern credit. They didn't have a lot of other options. They wanted to start from scratch. You didn't really want to rebuild Ryan Field. You wanted a fresh slate, and you wanted to keep your football team on campus. So they're doing the best they can, so long as they have a plan, so long as this is really only a 2-year thing, and then they'll get to move on with that beautiful brand new Ryan Stadium. No problem. And you'll always remember these 2 years. I do feel a little bit bad for the juniors of this year, seniors of next year, or even seniors of this year, that they don't really get to go out and play in a traditional, typical stadium. But this might be cool. There might be something about this. Maybe they can harness it. Maybe they can make it their home field advantage, make it special. I don't know. But in terms of how it looks, and when we see photos of it, it's going to look, number one, either super weird and awkward and not right, or they might pull it off and it might look super cool. Let me know what you think about that in the comments section below. Also, while you're down there, thumbs up since you made it here to the end of this video. I would appreciate that. It helps me, this video, and this channel. I would like it, but I would also love this. If you take 1 second right now, go down there, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Hit that button. That way, I definitely get to see you back here next time.